G'day guys, Duanada. Welcome back, my name is Wildkard. Thank you for watching the Wildkard Rugby Show. Like, comment and subscribe. And yes, you are here today because the mighty Wallabies has toppled the Welsh in Cardiff this morning. And it's actually better than my predictions. I predicted 40 points to 12, and some of you guys said, hey, that's a bit too much, Wildcard. But hey, the Wallabies has outdone themselves and delivered a result that was beyond my expectations, actually. 52 points to 20. And so really good day. Good start to my week early in the morning. And so this was a pretty bad performance by the Welsh team, to be honest. They have seemingly taken a step back since their performance in July against the Wallabies. The Wallabies improved a lot since then. So definitely two teams headed towards the wrong different directions at this point in time. And I think Warren Gatland, the fact that he left a bunch of the players at home in the July Test series for building towards the future, really has left the team with a lacking of consistency. And I think that, you really haven't got a world-class team to leave a bunch of your core players at home at this point of the development cycle. It's just a really poor decision, and it's starting to show the team that has been more consistent. The Wallabies, Joe Schmidt has been giving the players consistency from July all the way to now. It's really starting to show a lot of progression, a lot of, especially guys like Noah Lolesio, someone who struggled with his tackling, struggled with his with some of his decision making, hesitating a little bit, especially at the first game against Wales. He looked almost like wasn't sure what to do out there a little bit, almost a bit shell-shocked. It's growing into someone who's very comfortable with the players around him, very comfortable in the field, very good goal kicking, and it's good. Just good all around to see the players develop all around. The tackling has improved a lot for the Wallabies as well. The more defense, and it was the Welsh that dominated the more in July over the Wallabies. It was looking pretty bad. Tonight, the Wallabies dominated the more. 3 tries for Matt Fazler, 2 from the Moor, and 1 from pretty much a Moor and a half. And the Welsh Moor defense was absolutely disgraceful. And there was non-existent. It was a dog's breakfast. It was that bad. The Moor defense. I think the only thing worse than the Welsh Moor defense was the overall handling of the ball. The overall defense was pretty bad too. There was 2 runaway tries for the Wallabies, basically because of the Welsh knock-on, sort of intercept, poor decision making there. And then in addition, the tackling was just a bit of a joke as well at times for the Welsh team. The actual missed tackle count does not look that high, but if you don't attempt a tackle, it's not a missed tackle. So it was just times where the Wallabies players were just kind of running through unchallenged, the end when Len Nikitau was just, and then also Tate McDermott as well, stepping through 3 or 4 players before getting the pass off. For the final Tom Wright try as well. The Welsh fans were leaving the stadium before the to beat the traffic. That was in a busy Cardiff Sunday night, I guess. And it's very disappointing to see that performance from the Welsh team. And before everybody's starting to say that I'm biased towards Wales, let's talk about the referee decisions. I thought there was a couple of interesting decisions. The referee by James Doleman tonight. So I wanted to really look at some of these decisions objectively. So the first one, this is a weird one where the referee said stop the game, that the Wallabies had a penalty advantage because one of the players wasn't rolling away, right? So if you have a look at this, so this player, I don't know his name, so he wasn't rolling away. He made the tackle, he wasn't rolling away, and the penalty was given because of this tackle, right? I just want to pause this for a second. And then the referee said, oh no, it's not going to be a penalty because he's knocked out. He couldn't roll away because he was knocked out. And then the TMO came on, the HRA guy, the doctor came on and said he was fine. And then the referee said, okay, well, still a scrum to the Wallabies, the penalties doesn't count. So it's interesting, a bit of a mess, and I think a lot of people might think that the referee made the wrong decision here. So first up, let's see if he was actually knocked out or not. And I think that this was not the referee's fault. I think this was the issue with there's something wrong with the on-field doctor, right? Look at this run. Look at this player. He's definitely limbed there. He's 100% knocked out for maybe a brief second there. If you watch UFC, he's completely, you can see from the arm, he's completely lost consciousness, control of his arm. Like if you're gripping onto someone, he's completely let go of the grip. He's definitely out. So the referee decision, and look, his hand, the fact that he's trying to see where the player is, he's sticking his hand up. That is clearly a sign, and it's just now he's finding the player he's grabbing onto. He's clearly out. So the referee's decision, in my opinion, at this point, saying that the player was out and it was to be a scrum, was actually correct. It was the on-field doctor saying that he was okay. I don't think that's the right decision. I think that he should have been taken off for HIA because there's very clear sign that he's been out. And I mean, if you watch the UFC, if you watch any sort of combat sport, you will know this. You will, yeah. It's no doubt. Like that is a clear sign of someone getting knocked out for a brief second there. And I think that the on-field doctor has did a pretty poor job there, and not the referee's fault in this regard. There was another one later on where Samu Karevi got clipped on the head, and the referee stopped the game, and he's saying, "Oh look, there's a review," and the review didn't really show there was maybe there was a tiny touch. It wasn't really a huge head contact, and the referee was like, "Okay, initially the referee said there's low danger, just a penalty," and then the referee said there was no evidence of head-on-head collision. It did look like it may have grazed the head a little bit, but I think that again, the referee stopping the game was probably the wrong move here. The referee should have just call the TMO and say, hey, maybe there's a headshot here, have a look, let the game play it on, and then the TMO might come in and say, oh, there was no evidence, maybe there was a little contact, maybe there's not enough, and instead of stopping the game and then eventually going, oh, sorry, I made the wrong decision, he should have called the TMO in that regard. But after that, I think he kind of like realized that he shouldn't have stopped the game, so he kind of just starting to let the game flow a little bit more, and there was leading into a number of, I think, high shots might have been missed against the Wallabies, and I think the Welsh team was Welsh fans probably a little disappointed that there was one high shot to Samu Karevi high on the head. Andrew Mertens was talking about there was a late dip. It wasn't really that much of a dip, to be honest. The guideline is that Karevi should have been a lot lower to begin with to avoid head-on-head contact in that situation. It was a pretty big shot as well, so I think the red card was completely warranted against Samu Karevi there. And then this final one, this one here, which let me scratch my head. My head start scratching a little bit. Why this was not a looked at, or this was not a card. Again, this is pretty concerning shot here from Suaalii. This is something that I was very concerned about him coming into to switch into Union, because that's sort of stuff that you do in rugby league. Last week against England, he did that a little bit as well, especially in a situation like this early in the game. He did at least one time where one other player already wrapped up the tackle. You don't have to go in. He goes in and try to put a bit of an extra nudge into the person. So yeah, he definitely did that against England, and that's a very clear one where he clipped someone on the head. There was no TMO review, nothing. I thought was I think may have got away with that a little bit lucky. Maybe they will cite him after the game. It's still not out of the question, but yeah, that's a pretty bad hit there. I mean, that is 100% a card in my opinion. No wrapping of the arm. It's not even a legal tackle. It's just straight a shoulder charge. There's no attempt to even make a legal tackle there, and also it clipped in on the head. That's probably gonna get they might get cited there, to be really frank with you. And then other than that, the referee, I think that's probably the TMO not picking that up. I think because of the earlier incident where the referee called the stoppage and then he was wrong, so he's kind of just like palmed that off to the TMO, and the TMO did not pick up on that. Was a little bit, I think a lot of the Welsh fans will be a little bit disappointed. But yeah, with that being said, let's have a look if I get through everything. Fazal are really good. Tom Rai really good. The scrum was 50-50, I thought. I was expecting a bit more dominance from the Wallabies, but it was 50-50. The Welsh scrum, wasn't quite as dominant as I thought. I thought maybe some of the dominance for the Wallabies was a little bit overextended, and the referee actually saw it to be a penalty against the other way. But other than that, I think that's pretty much it to talk about. The ball handling was pretty nice for the Wallabies. Lots of consistent pressure, building phases, showing a lot of patience, and then backing themselves to go for those tries and not trying to milk 3 points. And the Welsh, on the other hand, there was one thing I think that I think a lot of Welsh fans will be very disappointed that this is probably the thing. During the Six Nations, the Welsh team would like to work a lot of little offloads around the rocks. So they will attack like a short channel or maybe just off the line out, attack around the rocks, and then they would just link up with a bunch of players with little offloads and get themselves through the advantage line quite effectively and leading into some, I think there might be 1 or 2 tries leading to that as well. Almost putting up a couple of upsets during the Six Nations because of some of these nice little plays. Did not see any of that out of the Welsh team in the last couple of weeks. And so I think I thought that was something at the time of the Six Nations they were building towards, something that Warren Gatland has been, I guess has been strategizing towards, and they just completely thrown that out of the window. So again, the fact that he didn't bring any players to the July Test series, not able to build upon what the foundation that was kind of like laid out in the Six Nations, it's really poor decision making by Gatland there. Anyway, let's have a look at the match stats. 2 tries for Wales, 8 for the Wallabies. 696 drum meters for the Wallabies to the Wales 373. 25 missed tackles, like I said, for Wales out of 200. Doesn't look that bad, but if you consider if you don't make a tackle, it's not a missed tackle. 140 tackles made for the Wallabies, 16 missed tackles. Kicks in play, 24 for the Wales, 27 for Wallabies. 7 turnovers, 1 for the Wallabies, 1 for Wales. What else is kind of important? The set play. Oh yeah, the line out for the Welsh was absolutely horrendous. My goodness, I forgot. It was just a travesty, especially in the second half. Late in the second half, there was like 3-4 lineouts lost in the row for the Welsh. In striking zone around the 22 in the Wallabies half. It was disgraceful, just being stolen again and again and again, and being overthrown. It was really bad. For the Wallabies, only lost 1 of the lineouts, so big thumbs up. There was 1 scrum loss for the Wallabies. I thought the Wallabies had a bit of ascendancy there, but the referee did not see it that way. 1 red card for the Wallabies out of 10 penalties conceded to the 8 overall conceded for the Welsh. So let's quickly go through some key moments of the game for a little recap. So yes, 12 minutes. The game was actually kind of started like quite even. Both teams were just back and forth. It took 12 minutes for finally the Wallabies to break through with Tom Wright out wide. He got the ball, stepped in field, a nice little angle. 5 points to the nil for the Wallabies. 16 points to the game. There was some pretty bad defense for the Wallabies. There was a bit of a loose ball scooped up by Jorgensen, and then Jorgensen just like a little flick past the ball to Nick Frost, ran 50 meters. The big lock. I mean, surely you have one of the wingers can chase down the lock, right? Nope, the Welsh didn't want to put in the effort. 12 points to nil. 21 minutes in the game, there was a bit of an offside for Wales. Wallabies went for a line out for a more. I wrote here, Dogs breakfast defense from the Welsh, more defense, and the Wallabies, Matt Fezler try. 12 points to nil. And then, 19 points to nil. And then after this, the Wales did get themselves back a little bit. There was some nice attack speed around the rocks, following a nice scrum in around the 22-meter mark for the Welsh. And eventually, Wainwright crashed over for the first Welsh try, 7 points to 19. 30 minutes into the game, there was a penalty against the Wallabies for a no-arm tackle. 10 points to 19 for Wales. 32 minutes in the game, there was offside against the Wallabies, slowing the game down. Again, the Wallabies' mental kind of focus fall down a little bit here. 13 points to 19, Wales kick another one. So 41 minutes into the game. So yeah, that's pretty much the first half. 13 points to 19, not looking too bad. Second half comes in right away. Samuel Karevi got a red card, and I was like, oh my goodness, this could be one of those Argentina games where Wallabies were leading and then suddenly gets flogged on a one-sided affair. 47 minutes of the game, there was another penalty to the Wallabies. Despite playing with 14 players, Wallabies didn't look like they were, didn't look any problem. They had a penalty. They went for the line out. They went for the more. Another try for Matt Fazler. 13 points to 26. To score a try with a play in the bin is always nice. The Wallabies didn't really look like they were having any issues anyway. 51 minutes into the game, another penalty for the Welsh. Wallabies went for the line out. Went for the more. Fazler didn't quite get through with the free ride from the more. They had to actually break off and then charge himself through for the try. 13 points to 32. 53 minutes into the game, another. So Wales had an opportunity to go for the line out. They had a penalty. They went for the line out. not really executed. Anskin was pushed out on the sideline. He did not look happy. He was swearing at his own teammates. 60 minutes into the game, again, the Welsh was just, a bit sloppy. Costello was on the field. Everybody's looking at each other, not sure what to do, and Costello threw a pretty poor pass, and Tom Wright intercepted this, ran down 50 minutes. No one was chasing from the Welsh team. No one even bothered to chase. Tom Wright was just jogging down the field. 13 points to 40. And then after this, Wales had some more opportunities to break through, and the lineouts wasn't working. Eventually, 65 minutes. Finally, those repeated penalties against the Welsh. They built that into a lot of pressure. Then eventually there was a nice little pop short ball. What was the name? Thomas, the center, crashed through in a nice little angle. Through Suaalii, by the way. Poor tackle by Suaalii. Try time for the Welsh. 18 points to 40. Bit of consolation. They got the conversion. So 20 points to 40. 74 minutes into the game. The Wallabies got themselves back in the front foot. There was a lot of pounding. Nice little chip over the top for Suaalii to recover the ball earlier. And then eventually, the ball went out wide to Leng Ikitau. Ikitau tried to throw a ball, and he's like, wait, no one's outside me. There was nobody there to pass to. There was so much space out wide, and then it was just pretty much a one-on-one between Leng Ikitau and the Welsh defender, and then Ikitau just juked him. Untouched. One-on-one untouched. You must be pretty disappointed for that as a Welsh fan. And try time, and Ikitau, 47 points to 20. Finally, on 80 minutes into the game, McDermott got the ball inside the Wallabies half. And again, just stepped through. It must have been like 3, 4, 5 defenders. And then got the offloads to Tom Wright. And then Wright run in 40 meters for a nailed in the coffin. 52 points to 20 for the Wallabies. So better than I was expecting. Very happy days. So thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. And Grand Slam is still alive. And next week is Scotland. And that's going to be very tough. Scotland is, top 5 team. I know that probably not top 5 in rankings, but Scotland is very, 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 very good. Right up there. And then we got the final boss, the #1 ranked team in the world, Ireland. No, not #1 anymore. Ireland coming up in the final round for the Wallabies will be a very, very magnificent finish. If the Wallabies can just a close loss to Ireland, I'll be very happy. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. And see you guys for the news next week. Cheers.